What is up, my little gorgeous people? Welcome back to another video on my channel, and in today's video, we're gonna spill tea. Well, I don't have tea, so I'm going to spill a Taco Bell raspberry freeze. This video is exposing why I quit my last job. Now, they can sue me, they can be like, slander, defamation of character. No, I'm about to expose the fuck out of it. Now, it's completely 100% up to my editor if he takes out names, if he takes out the name of where I worked, if he puts a big censor, if he deletes this in itself. But I'm exposing all of them. I'm exposing I'm exposing all these because you know what the f today is? Today is Diamonds Exposing Day. Okay, so basically, we're gonna start from the beginning. We're gonna just go way back, honey. So when everything first started, like, I really loved my job at I loved my mom. She was working at but she was at a different store, right? Everything was good. You know how, like, sometimes you get those customers, and those customers literally in all my other videos attack me, and sometimes I pop back off. Well, there was a few times where my manager would defend me. He'd be like, you're not going to talk to my employee that way, because they would seriously be, like, coming at me. Like, they would snatch a weave. Like, hair, who? I don't know her. It's gone. Homegirl, was her name? That's her name. Hi, she fired, and was like, you know, wasn't going down without a fight. He was like, how are you going to come in here and tell us what we're doing wrong, but you're never here to see how customers treat my employees? You want me to just let my employees get walked on because the customer's always right? No, sister, bye. That was literally, like, I love him. He was so loud. He was crazy. He's, you know, like, flamboyant, crazy gay. That's him. And after he got fired, it was just, now Kim is great. Kim is really sweet. She's super nice. I loved her. She would, sometimes she'd pick me up from home. Sometimes she would drop me off at home, like after work or before work. They decided they were gonna come in and cut a check. Like, they told that they're gonna pay her less than what they normally pay her, and she's like, no, because we have a contract saying how much y'all are gonna pay me. Like, nobody's about to come in here and try to snatch my money. Like, homegirl's got to make her coin. They cut one of her checks, and she was like, so, you know, she said, y'all got this amount of time to give me my money, or we're getting involved. Like, I'm bringing my lawyers. She called her lawyer and everything, and her lawyer was like, don't sign anything, don't say yes to anything. The check after that, it was normal, and then the check after that, they cut it again. And she was like, so she told her lawyer, and her lawyer was like, okay, we're gonna get this handled. But the more she thought about it, the more she got pissed. So she walked out. She said, bye, the f***. Who do they think they are? And she left. After left, they brought my mom over to this store. And that means my mom had to work that store and the store I'm at all the time. No days off. Barely paying her shit. She's just an assistant manager. So let me see her. Let me see. I'm a lover, not a fighter, but let me see her. She was always making the comment like, well, I don't know why they needed to bring her over here when there's two managers here, there's two managers here, there's two managers here. And this is before they wanted to change and switch up on it. I was like, well, I mean, we're not managers, we're shift leaders, so yeah, they kind of need to have a manager over here. So they bring back. Comes back over here to that store, and it's once again his store, and then my mom is just his assistant. Well, they have levels of security, right? And it's like level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4, and stuff like that. And I think the highest was like a level 5, and that's for assistant managers and store managers. Well, my mom had the level 5. Well, didn't like that. He used to believe that he was the only one who needed to be a level 5 in the system thing. So he calls and moves my mom down to, I think, a level 3, which is shift leaders. So now she can't go into the system for certain things, like, oh, if she needs to fix somebody's hours, she can't do that. Like, she has to go through. So then time kept going on, and eventually they fired my mom. So then, catch this. So normally, like, let's say, because during school, I'd get out of school 2:35 and then be on the schedule at 4 o'clock. Well, sometimes I would go straight from school to work. So I'd have I'd put my uniform in my backpack and stuff like that. So I would just go to work and clock in and just start helping out. Like, there's no point in me waiting an hour. We're not allowed to do that anymore because they didn't want to have to pay people more than what they know they're supposed to be getting paid. The time you're on the schedule is what time you have to clock in. So you can't clock in an hour before, 30 minutes before, 15 minutes before, because they don't want to have to pay you for that. Oh, and overtime? No, most definitely not. You are not allowed overtime unless permitted by Kisses. So he's not giving anybody any overtime except him. But that's the funny thing. We're hourly. He's salary. So even if he gets, like, let's say 30 hours in overtime, he doesn't get paid for it because he makes the same amount. After they fired my mom, I still stayed there. They were being fake as with me, all being like, well, I wonder why your mom got fired. Like, y'all know, like, don't play. So we're getting back to him. He was supposed to be getting promoted to an assistant manager, which everybody knew. My mom was helping train him and stuff. He's 19, remember that. 19 years old, gonna be an assistant manager. That's great. He deserved it. Like, I'm not gonna lie and say he didn't deserve it. They're gonna pay him $3,000 more a year, I believe, than what they paid my mom, who's 41, 42, one of those two. Sorry, Mom. Has had management experience at a McDonald's, KFC, Popeyes, Long John's, and has a degree in criminal justice, has worked in places that aren't fast food, like does great things. I'm not just saying that because she's my mom. And you're going to pay him, a 19-year-old with no fast food experience before this, because this is his first job, $3,000 more a year. Please explain to me where that makes sense. Oh, let's get this. You know what? I didn't really want to expose this part, but I'm going to expose this part. You're not really supposed to be talking to management. Like, I get that. Like, that's my problem for getting involved. So me and him were kind of talking, but, like, we never made it official. Like, we always knew what we were. Like, we were friends, but, like, we'd flirt and we'd talk, and it was, like, not, like, touchy-touchy, but, like, you know, he'd give me rides home and all that. Like, so I got out of town for a week for a thing called Thespian Convention, which was really fun. I got back on like a Saturday. He thought I was supposed to get back on a Friday, right? So he, you know, covers everything up. And then since I wasn't there on Friday, he's like, oh, maybe she gets back on Sunday. So Saturday, the day that I am supposed to be there, he doesn't cover anything up. He has this giant hickey on his neck, right? So he sees me and books it to the back. I'm like, what? Where is he going? And we're joking around like, oh, you don't speak? He goes, no, I did say hi to you guys. And we're like, no, you didn't. And then, like, I walk around and I see it and I was like, wait, is that a hickey? Like, we're not official, so I didn't really care that much. Like, I was like, oh, okay, like, he got some, good for him. Like, I'm not about to give it up. And then later he exposed it. He's like, so, you know, like, I tried to cover it up Friday, but then I just didn't try today. And I was joking around. I was like, you tried to cover it up the day you thought I was going to be here, but then didn't cover it up the day you didn't think I was going to be here. And he didn't answer. He just stared at me. And I was like, oh, that's actually what you did. Like, you really did that. Like, what? I didn't really ignore him, but I'd only talk to him when it revolved work, because now I was confused. Like, I was like, why would he hide it if we're not, like, a thing? Like, this isn't what we have, isn't actually a relationship. Like, we're just talking. So then later, I talked to him about it, and I was like, I think we shouldn't talk like that anymore. Like, I think we should just keep it, like, how it was when we first met. And then after that, he started being a complete to me. Literally, a complete I don't get it. I'm confused. Did I crush your little ego? Like, I mean, you could just call up the girl that gave you the hickey because y'all had sex. Like, you told me she was pretty good looking. Yeah, so back to exactly why I quit. They were changing everything. I was changing everything. I literally didn't talk too much about it because I did not want to get mad, because after this, I'm supposed to go watch movies with my mom. She was the biggest I've ever met. Literally, she was so disrespectful. I've walked out twice on her shift. I called my mom, was like, hey, come pick me up. I'm not working today. Like, I'm not staying the rest of the day. And I told her I'm going home. There's a lot that happened, and she acts like she's this perfect manager and that she deserves so much, but she really doesn't, because she's such a manager. Like, not even a manager. She's a shift leader. She's such a shift leader. Like, I'm sorry. I don't want this to be like, oh, damn, you're just a hating. Like, no, literally. She's not doing a good job at what she's supposed to be doing, and it's whatever. I'm not gonna stress too much because I don't even work there anymore. I got a new job. I like it there. They pay me more. They're nicer, and they understand that I'm still a high schooler. But there's actually a lot more to this story, but this video is kind of getting long. So if you want a part 2 to everything that went down with and why he was a part of me quitting, and also more of the between and my mom and me and all that, let me know in the comments down below. Give it a thumbs up, and I will make a part 2 explaining the stuff, the stuff, and the high school stuff. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you guys in Wednesday's video, and goodbye.